Welcome back to the Crypto Factor. My name is Paul. Today we're talking to Ahmed Java. We're talking about the first-based DeFi platform, which is actually something that a lot of people have been asking me about. Is this halal? What is halal? Is XRP halal? What is the new token? There's so many questions coming from my community. I'm super excited about this. Ahmed, thank you so much for doing this, man.
Pleasure to be here.
Right. So I keep on getting a lot of questions from my community, but just to get things started, what exactly is halal for people out there that do not know?
Okay, so halal, all it just means is permissible, and in under permissible means and usually things that are ethical, things that are interest-free, and I'm talking specifically about finance. I mean, you might know halal as a halal guys, the food and stuff, and honestly, it's just a form of saying what is permissible. And in finance, under faith-based guidelines, what is permissible is things that are interest-free, that are ethical focused, that are made for society to get more wealthier, not for specific corporations and all that stuff. It's more focused on what's better for the society. So that's what our actually project is focused on, is that we're trying to bring this solution to the world, where it's like actually the first halal solution, or we like to say ethical, which is also focused on the halal market and also focused on various things like ESG and interest-free.
So your actual religion, a Muslim religion, helps you with finances, basically tells you how to make ethically, how to make money, be wealthy, have prosperity. That's actually quite interesting. There was a big thing at some point. I read that XRP is halal. Is it or not?
Yeah, so XRP went through an entire, I believe they went through an entire token check and all that stuff from one of the boards in Europe. I'll be wrong. I might be wrong on that, but they went through a board and they got the certification. And it seems like from my understanding from the personal level, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any issues with it.
So please define halal. What makes a cryptocurrency halal? What makes a cryptocurrency non-halal or permissible?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So I'll just talk a little bit also about where crypto actually got started and how we've kind of went off track from it. So after the 2008 market crash, this is when crypto really took this is when it was created. It was to stop this middleman type of mentality and this whole interest-based concept where the few wealthy are just getting richer and the rest of us are just on mortgages, loans, and XYZ, and have to pay this riskless profit back to the system, which is interest. So this is where like crypto was made. But the thing was, there's all these solutions being developed in crypto and DeFi, but none of them was focusing on this market of it being interest-free, being ethical, and all that stuff. And when myself and my colleagues went to look for solutions in this, we couldn't find anything. And so obviously the founder, this is the journey of the founder. He started this project. He thought about it. He's like, we need to have one solution that is like this, at least one solution. And from there he found the rest of the team, and we've been creating this solution. So now talking about what is halal. Halal pretty much what would make a crypto halal is things that like stay away from things like interest, because what interest does is it puts the power into a very small group of people and makes them more wealthier without there being risk. So the concept of loaning and lending should be done on a format where it's beneficial for the society, not for the specific community. I mean, I can go into details about that and all that, but on top of that, there's another filter which makes sure that whatever is being done is ethical. For example, you can't be investing in things like pornography, weaponry, things that would hurt society, drugs, and the list goes on. Anything that you can think about more or less that would hurt society, that's something that would be under the unethical umbrella. And because it's unethical, it's things that we stay away from. So now the cryptos, which cryptos are going to be unethical and which cryptos are going to be interest-free, are the ones that are going to be permissible. It may seem like there's a lot of solutions out there, but the reality is when you look into the tokens themselves or the cryptos themselves, you start finding out, hey, look, the development of it, the code of it has a spot where it's focused on interest-based lending and borrowing and earning. So that would be an issue, because then again, you're giving that power to the same, that 1% or 2%, you're still giving that concept of interest. and making that riskless profit, which kind of brings that uneven in society. And so there'll be a lot of tokens that you'll see which might from the outside look like, okay, they're fine, but when you get into the details and you'll be like, oh, okay, there's some things that could be an issue. So that's why we're building Sahal Wallet, which is one of our product, which filters out to make sure everything that's happening on that wallet is ethical, is halal, is compliant, and everybody can get involved with it. Making sure that they're making healthy income, right? What's good for their family and stuff like that.
So, okay, for example, is Bitcoin halal?
Yeah, there's no, as far as my understanding goes and research goes, there's no issue.
All right. What about, for example, SafeMoon because of reflections? Is that halal?
So SafeMoon, because, okay, so there's another part to making sure things are halal is that it's gotta be something that has utility. So as of right now, because SafeMoon doesn't have actual use case utility, it's like you are putting money into something that doesn't really have value for back in return. So that's why it's an issue and it's a gray area. So this is from my personal research and stuff like that. I'll give you an example of something that would be outright not permissible, something like Aave, because Aave is built for
lending,
interest-based. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So something like that wouldn't be. But if you got a list of tokens that you want to find out which are halal or not, you can download our Sahal wallet soon in the upcoming month when we release it. And you'll get this massive list of which tokens are ethical, that are halal, that are good to make you healthy income for your family.
There's actually pretty good for investing strategy if you said SafeMoon is not halal.
Yeah, you'll see. Okay, so funny thing you said this. I mean, I have a background in finance. I used to do stocks before, and
nice.
But and I realized that the ethical and the halal market perform better than our normal market, because we had to make sure that with these specific guidelines in place, that whichever project we're getting involved is an actual high quality business project that is going to bring good things to society, and thus that it helped make up, I think it was a few percent on average better than the normal market. So yeah.
So give me 3 or 4 coins that are halal and 3 or 4 coins that aren't halal, just for our viewers. You already mentioned that Aave is not. Bitcoin is. Ethereum would probably be halal.
Yes. There's no issues with I can give you guys a few, but honestly, I think where the real value comes is when you go to download our wallet in a few weeks, and you'll get an entire list. I can give you a few for the audience. So Cardano, HBAR, these are all from my personal portfolio, which I don't see them having any issues of being permissible, so they're fine. Something like Aave, Compound, I personally have an issue with SafeMoon, SafeMars, all those. When it's a pump and dump type of thing, when you're doing price manipulation, pumps and dumps, they're not for society, they're not for your community, they're really for the people who are finding it, who are like the organization, and they're just pumping in and making sure the price goes up and then they come right out, right? So that's an issue. I don't want people to lose their value and their money and their hard saved dollars, because I know how hard it is to save up money and then invest and then see it all be lost in a few minutes. It's just not healthy.
It's quite amazing that religion and finance is together to protect you in this case, and it actually seems like a good thing. I'm actually very impressed. So, what is Maraba or the MRHB token or company, if you will, company and token? Can you tell us?
Yeah. So this is exactly the project that I'm part of. It's called MRHB DEFI, or we go by MRHB DEFI. And MRHB is actually the token, and we've done our public sale where we're actually performing decently well. So you can actually go on SafeMoon, SafeMoon, PancakeSwap, and you can buy the token by connecting your Trust Wallet or your MetaMask, or you can go on, I think Dodo you can use also. And then if you want more details on this, honestly, I think Paul, you'll link all the descriptions and all the details in the description below, and you can check out our YouTube channel or social media. We got a guide on there to buy the token. So that's the token. And Marhaba DeFi, like the project, is an entire ecosystem solution for this market, for this industry. We're bringing the first solution, which is going to have a all-encompassing products in one place, where you can make passive income, you can make your trades, you can do swapping, you can do liquidity, and you can do there's going to be Launchpad on there. So we have like this 8 product solution roadmap, which you can also check out on our white paper and read more about it. And this is the first project that's focusing on this market where as of right now, the market is in the fiat world is worth about $3 trillion. But but as soon as we know everything's going to come towards crypto and DeFi, and slowly as everything merges towards DeFi and crypto, we want to have solutions for this $3 trillion, and we are the first that is bringing a solution to make sure this liquidity can be easily migrated into DeFi. And just imagine even 1% of that 3 trillion would be 30 billion, I believe, and that's huge. So
Nice.
we're bringing a solution for a population of 1.5 plus billion, because the Middle East, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Asia, a lot of the African countries, somewhat in America, Canada, and London are focused on this type of industry. So there's a huge solution. There's a huge market for there not being a solution. So we're the first solution.
Nice. And we talked a little bit before, and you mentioned that although this is a faith-based token from the Muslim world, I would say not everybody in the company or team is Muslim. They come from different religions and different backgrounds.
Man, our team is a story of its own. I mean, we're a project that literally started in COVID and fully remote. None of us had met one another like in face-to-face before. We pretty much did Google Meets, Zoom calls, all these things. And we all have similar visions, right? So because of that vision, we all got connected. We all come from very professional and very accredited backgrounds. I mean, I'm from the finance world. I was a consultant before. The CEO was also a tech architect and lead. Our CTO is similar background. So everybody was in like top corporate type of positions. And so we all had similar visions, and we all got together. And so I'm from Canada. We have people from Australia. So we have people from all over the world and from all various backgrounds and beliefs. We have people who are Muslim, atheist, who are Christian, Hindu. I think we also have people who are linked with Buddhism with us. So, and to us, it doesn't matter what background and who it is. Our goal is to bring a solution for this huge market that is a way for the community to make a good, healthy income for them and their family.
So, okay, I want to get a little bit more into the team later on and some more questions, but just to kind of like summarize things and put each part, I'm going to ask just a few questions. So what is the mission of the company? Just the mission.
The mission of the company is to bring an all-in-one inclusive solution that is simple to use to this entire ethical and faith-based market that is currently not having a solution. Okay.
So what would that solution be? Like, where is the problem, and why do we need a solution for that?
Exactly. Good question. So the current problem is that there's a lot of DeFi solutions that are out there. There's a lot of crypto solutions out there, and people are actually using DeFi and crypto to make their daily transactions, live their life like you would with paper money, fiat money. But there's none that was out there for this market. And so because there was none, it's harder for the Middle East, it's harder for Malaysia, Indonesia, and ethical sourced countries to focus on how will they bring in crypto when there's no solutions for them. And so we saw this huge problem. I mean, we couldn't, even the founders of the project couldn't even find good solutions for ourselves. Like we couldn't find cryptos, tokens that are focused on this industry. And so we know this industry is huge. I mean,
of course,
just the fiat from what's in the bank is worth 3 trillion. But if you talk about investments, we're talking about in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. So we know there's a huge market, but there's no solution focusing on that market. And I mean, you don't necessarily have to be from the ethical and finance world to understand this is an opportunity that needs to be fulfilled. And so, this is solutions for everybody. But yeah, so we're focusing on an industry that was neglected, and we're truly making DeFi inclusive. That's our goal.
So what's wrong with using Bitcoin or Ethereum for this solution?
You can, and there's no problem. You can use the other tokens and crypto too. But here's the thing: there isn't one solution which encompasses everything for this industry, right? So we're talking about wallet, we're talking about passive income, we're talking about liquidity providing, we're talking about launch pads, we're talking about other formats like your NFT marketplace, because you'll see many NFT marketplace have things like, which is very similar to pornography, right? Very closely, high nudity and stuff like that. We don't allow that type of stuff. We even your kids can go on our marketplace and build NFTs.
Nice.
And it's something that you'll be comfortable about it, right? So we're trying to build this entire solution. And yes, we're built on the BSC chain, right? So we're using Binance, and we're using BNB, and we're using Ethereum to develop the project. But it's not a solution. It's not one solution that's simple and easy to use. I mean, Paul, I'm pretty sure when you initially got started in crypto and you have to learn about MetaMask and you have to learn about
it's crazy.
Trust Wallet. Yeah, so it's like you have to do all these various
Sometimes still is.
Exactly. So importing a new token and then trying to see if there's a way you can connect your MetaMask with your Trust and with your hard wallets and all this stuff. And right, so we're trying to make a solution that's easy for people to use, and it's for a daily use case. So that's the whole thing. MRHB token is going to have a lot of utility also. So in regards to buying things, trading, obviously, making passive income, obviously, but also in regards to like doing business and doing transactions and living your daily life. And that's our long-term goal. If you in the roadmap, you can read it on our website.
Will it also be in Arabic, or probably more than likely be in Arabic as well for that part of the world, or?
Yeah, so we are currently translating everything in various languages. So we're doing it, obviously we have English. English is our main language, but we're doing it in English, French, we got Arabic, we got like Persian-based language, so Farsi, we got Urdu, we got Malay, Indonesian, Turkish, Russian, and so it's all about our community. We do a lot of things as our community, pushes us to it. For example, our Turkish community was started by just a community member. He made the community, and he's like, can I become an official? And so we interviewed him, saw his passion, saw his background, made sure that he can be part of the team. He fits with the vision statement and everything. And yeah, I mean, this was started from the community. And I mean, right now, even I recently got a message from somebody from Malay and Indonesian background saying, can I start the Indonesian chat? And so we were initially thinking, okay, let's hold up, because we had the IDO happening and we had the public sales just happening. And so now, obviously, in January, when everybody's back from holidays and the community is back, more and more involved, we'll start something up soon.
All right. So, to my understanding, you're making a solution focused to the Arabic world, if you will, Middle East and so on like that. So things are going to be catered to them to directly help them. And you're making like a one-stop solution for with DeFi capabilities that are halal. So people they know it's halal, they feel safe. Do you have any government backing or government sort of credibility on your side here? Because you're going to need that if it's I mean, I've lived and worked in Iran. So do you have that?
Yeah, so okay, so if I make just quickly correct one bit, so it's not focused on the Arab world, it's just focused on ethical finance and and halal. So it's pretty much, I mean, the Arab world just is based on it too, but we have the Malaysia, we have Indonesia, we have Pakistan, we have India, we have a lot of African countries like Kenya, Somalia, XYZ.
So Muslim world, if you will.
Well,
not even because Iran is Farsi, but
right. And a few of our biggest investors are from UK and Canada and America. So we know this one guy, he's I think he's based off of Singapore, and he was so emotional about our project. He wanted to jump on a call with us and just talk to us and show his passion towards the project. And he was like, this is like a solution, and he has nothing to do with being Muslim or anything. He's just like, because the solution is an ethical solution and it's going to be focusing on the community, and it's going to have real community-based solutions. He was so happy, and I can't share how much he invested, but he was one of our biggest initial investors, right? Pre-public sale investor. And so, right, we were getting support from everywhere, and there's users from all over the world, and we're really excited about seeing, like, when I see our marketing links come back and the analytics come back, and I'm saying, man, it's like the graph is like everywhere. Like we have numbers coming in from all over the globe, and it's phenomenal to see that. So yeah, so for us, it's just mainly, honestly, it's the ethical and the interest-free market that's interested in us. And Muslims happen to be that. Also, we have non-Muslims that happen to have that. We also have quite a bit of like from other religions. So
well, I understand. Like, for example, I'm Greek Orthodox, right? And I'm really interested in this project the more I hear about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, and I'm very impressed. So, and I wouldn't come out and say that in an interview usually.
Yeah.
But I must admit, it's very interesting. I'm intrigued by it. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so
So you
what
said government backing, right? That's what you
sorry?
want to know next? You said government backing, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. So we are in discussions with various entities which are linked with the government. I can't get into details right now, but there is public communication that we do through PR, and and they also do it through their PR. And so I can't get into details, obviously, because of confidentiality. But for sure, if you join our community, follow us on social media, you'll see things pop up there, and you'll be very, very impressed. And I think very
All right.
soon.
So I know you can't share anything publicly, but this is the crypto factor. How about a hint? Can you give us a hint? Because we pride ourselves for outside information and bringing news first before anybody else. So what's a hint? What can we expect?
I think let's say
Inshallah.
exactly, inshallah. No, we're linked with certain investment firms that are linked with some really big royal families, and so I think that. I think I've already overshared.
Okay.
And so you guys just honestly follow us on social media, and this news will be coming very soon and in full disclosure.
So what is your roadmap right now? You just listed on PancakeSwap. First of all, are you gonna get your own blockchain? Is it just the beginning and then you're gonna transition, or are you gonna just remain on there?
Yeah, no, this is a good question. So our goal in the long term is to actually shift over to make our own like blockchain as a parachain, and then people can develop on that for our launch pads and for our future products and solutions. And as of right now, we have recently got a grant from Polygon to develop one of our products. So that's already public news. You can go on our social media and you'll see they acknowledge it, we acknowledge it, and it's gonna be something that's coming out. I think it's the 5th or the 6th thing in the product line. So it's a little far away, but we've already got the grant, and we're excited to work with them and bring a good solution.
Nice. Do you have a roadmap in your head that you can give us? Do you remember it off by heart? Can you tell us what's coming?
Oh man, it's pretty detailed, but I can give you the next about 6 months. Yeah. So we just did our IDO successful launch. We were oversold, oversubscribed, and then we went on PancakeSwap. We're progressing well. We're going up. There's somebody who actually joked in the community, said this project is more of a stable coin than a stable coin, because we've been very stably going up. And because I mean, we just had our IDO in a holiday and Christmas season type of thing, right? So there's not a lot of people that are actively engaging with crypto right now. But I know as soon as New Year's come, there's potential of it booming up. So with this, we are going to be soon releasing our NFT marketplace, and we've actually already released it. And that was really a soft launch. We just send it to the community. This is the link. Use it to see, if how the community works with it, if they're liking it, and it's doing very well. We already have people buying and selling. There's bids that are flying up, and I'm feeling like I should maybe make some of my own NFTs and start putting it on there. So, because I can see the opportunity now, and so so that's just recently launched, and we're gonna be marketing that for the upcoming month. I think within a month and a few days after that, we're gonna be focusing on our Sahal wallet, which we've been talking about in this interview for some time, which you can see maybe in ending of January, early February is what we're thinking about. And then after that, we're going to be bringing out our liquidity harvester, and this is probably the heart of the solution. Mind you, all of these things in the long run, and as we retrain and make new versions of the Sahal wallet, will be connected to the Sahal wallet. So you'll have your NFTs there, you'll have your passive income there, you'll have your trading and buying and selling, your swapping, and then buying through fiat if you want to buy through fiat. You'll have all those things available in the long run on your Sahal. Back to the liquidity harvester. So liquidity harvester is our actually our inbuilt automated solution, which the whole goal of it is to pretty much find highest forms of yield that somebody can make, but through ethical formats, right? It's not based on interest. It's not based on formats which are linked with some NFTs that are focused on things that are unethical or things that we wouldn't be okay with sharing with our family, and then making passive income through it. So our liquidity harvester will make sure its job is to literally go out and find the highest APRs that could be produced in the most ethical format, and that will be a solution that's going to be available for our community in we're planning for 3 to 4 months from now. And then after that, we're going to be building and bringing in our solution after that, which is, I think is going to be our philanthropy solution, where people can donate and donate their crypto and give charity as they like. They can give as a percentage, or if they can give a fixed amount, whatever they want to do, they do it. But we're going to link it with our ecosystem, and that is actually what's linked. That is exactly what got the grant from Polygon.
Got you. So I got a question for you right now. Did you say you're going to have a staking solution? Yes.
It's more like a liquidity providing and liquidity harvesting. So staking is a little more like validation reward, and then this is more like for you to provide your liquidity into the market for trading to happen, for the ecosystem to flourish and stuff like that.
And that's rewarded.
Yes.
So people are going to be asking now to themselves, if for example, Aave is not halal because of interest and so on, how is this halal if they still get rewarded for it?
This is a phenomenal question. We get this all the time. So our solutions are going to be focused on more of an equity-based lending rather than interest-based lending, because lending and borrowing and a form of investing is always something. So when you give us or when you put your money through our liquidity harvester, you're not lending it, you're actually investing it. And there's obviously, when you know this in liquidity harvesting, whenever you're doing liquidity providing, the potential of losing money is also there, right? So but that's the job of the liquidity harvester, to find where you'll be benefited the most for providing your equity. So there's benefits that you can reap. The issue with lending on interest is that there is no risk on your side. And what that does is, or risk on the side of the person that's actually lending it. And so, for example, I give you a loan and I said 20% APR. Within a month, compounded over the year, you'll end up paying me back 1,600. And if you don't give it back to me, I'll keep compounding it. And this is the reason why the 2008 market crash had happened. So we don't want to go back into those type of similar reasons. And this is the reason why United Nations, under their ethical finance, has made this format, interest-free lending and borrowing, a format as number 7, I believe. I can't remember exactly. It was number 7 or number. Yeah.
So are banks halal?
Yes. So in Malaysia and Indonesia, there are formats which are permissible. So we're going off of on a different topic, but I can talk about this for sure. So banks. So funny thing you brought this up. There's actually a PhD. There's a few PhD papers that have been written on this. After the 2008 market crash had happened, there's many banks in the West that went through detrimental, downfalls.
Mm-hmm.
And then the government bailed them out, right? After the government bailed them out. But before that, they were all pretty much dying. Really big banks. But guess in that time, which banks weren't harmed at all? It was the Malaysian, Indonesian, and the Arab and Pakistani banks, which are focused on equity-based lending and borrowing because they weren't interest-focused.
Can you explain that a little bit? That's very, very interesting. So when I put money, okay. So please elaborate on that for a second. This is
sure.
Excellent information for my audience.
Okay, yeah, for sure. This is like me giving 101 on interest. So let's just say this is a property. Yeah, there you go. So let's just say this is a property.
Okay.
And you want to buy it, but you don't have the money to buy it. So let's just say it's $100. Okay.
Okay.
So you're like, I have $10. I need somebody who can put down the 90. I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll put down the 90, but I'm owner of it now with you. So this thing holds real value. You own 10, I own 90. But because because you want it and you want to use it, we agree upon a common rent that I will make from it. And until you don't pay me the entire money back, I'm not gonna until you don't pay me the entire capital back, the $90, you're just gonna be charged that rental amount. And that's comfortable for you. It's comfortable for me. We both agreed upon this. It's not something that's enforced. So you start paying me, $1. That's the rate that we agreed upon a month. And then you're like, you know what? I got $30 more. I'm going to pay back $30. Now I own 40. You own 60. So then I'm like, okay, fine. Then we're going to reduce that rental rate also. So you buy back your equity over time. And so as you buy back your equity, your amount decreases also. Now, this is one of the formats. The other format is a form of just lending without any real revenue generation concepts in the back of your head. That's the real way. Like, that's actually how lending was actually introduced to the world, was that you're not necessarily supposed to make anything back in return in financial. You're actually supposed to just help somebody out, and they'll give you the same amount back. And we obviously, as the world progressed, we became capitalists and we became greedy. And so now no one's gonna give you free money except if it's your own family. So no one's gonna let you give you money and be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna charge you interest on it. We're just giving you back the same amount in a month. Yeah, that's very hard to find in today's generation. So we have to build solutions that are focused on today's generation, which is they want something in return. And one way is trade or business, where I pick up the risk, you pick up the risk, and we do a business transaction to get the asset that we're both we're interested in. Yeah.
No, Ahmed, this is fundamental. This might sound like it's another object, but it's not. People are going to be asking. They're going to be confused, and they need to know this. I know my audience. I know people that watch videos. They're going to be asking about this.
We have an entire paper written for this. We have an entire research paper written for this. It's on our website. You can read it.
If we can link it down below, we'll link it down below. If you can say a few things, we can link it down below.
Yeah,
so one more question on banks right now. So if I put money in a bank, right, and they use that money, they only keep like what, 10% reserved, right? So they use that money to make more investments. Is that halal or is that not halal?
Well, we give them that. Well, I won't be able to answer that in detail, because I'm not an expert in this.
Of course.
Right. I know it because I'm interested.
No, it's just a discussion. Just a discussion.
Yeah. But I can tell you this much, as we give our rights to the bank when we sign up for it, right?
Right.
So we let them do the decision making for us. But the reality is, this is the reason why crypto and DeFi is a great solution, and it's the future of the world, because you have control over your own assets, and you can actually do better than giving it to the banks, because you don't need to give it any fiat or any money to the bank anymore. Your bank is literally your hard wallet, if you have a hard wallet.
Yes.
So this is my hard wallet. So
nice.
That's it.
All right, awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the team. Let's talk about yourself after this. But first of all, who's behind MRHB?
Yeah, this is a good question. Look,
and are they public on the website?
We are very public. You see me here, right?
Yeah.
So we are very public on the website. Our LinkedIn's are on our website. We all are open about what we do. None of us are like hiding behind any doors, because we know what the project is. We all come from similar vision for the project, and we're all focused on bringing a solution for the greater community. Remember, out of all the projects that are going public as of right now, you just sign up to CMC's updates on daily ICOs or IDOs. You'll find out there's hundreds daily that are happening, and just know this much: not all of them are gonna be for the community. Not all of them are gonna be there after a year or even a few months, because they're not there for you guys. They're there for themselves, right?
Yeah.
Right now, if you want to make easy, quick buck, there's a lot of people that are doing it through a pump and dump system from crypto. But we're not here for that. We're public. We're here for the community. We all come from a very well accomplished backgrounds, and we're here to bring a solution that's gonna hopefully, change the future of DeFi.
I have a question. Is that the company's logo right behind you?
Yeah. So that's our current logo.
Okay.
And we believe in constant reiterations and upgrading and updating. And so this might be updated to newer colors, better colors soon because of redesign. But yeah, this is our logo, and it has a meaning also.
I was going to ask the meaning about it. I see the triangle going up, but tell me the meaning about it.
Yeah, for sure. So the insides are the different layers of the project, and the outside is the governance DAO.
Nice.
Which is governing everything that we do inside. So we have a vision, and we have a governing body. We have advisors in them, and we have a actual guideline for the project, and we make sure everything we do is within this guideline.
Nice. So how did you tell me about the founder, first of all? The founder, tell me his backstory, how he came up with this.
Yeah, for sure. So his name is Nakib Mohammed. So he was working for, I think, Huawei. Yeah, I think he was working as a lead architect, something to do with IT, right? And so he was looking, and then he started being like, he got into crypto. He started working with various projects, and he was part of another project before MRHB. And while he was on that project, he realized that this has interest-based aspects in it, and it's not something that he believes in. It's not something that's part of his own personal visions and stuff. So then he started looking for more solutions. He started looking for if there's a solution out there focused on this industry, and he couldn't find it. And so he just started networking, LinkedIn, and all that stuff. I have a YouTube channel, and so that's where he found me, where I talk about crypto and ethical-based passive income and ethical-based income. And so he saw my YouTube, and he found, he said, Joe, you have similar beliefs as I do. We jumped on a call, we clicked, and then within 15 days, I was on the meetings, and at that time it was just like people are coming in, people were, we're onboarding various people. And from there, we were able to just continuously onboard people from the community. I mean, the community just kept messaging us. We want to be part of the project. We want to do this for the project. There's people initially that were doing things for free. Like they didn't have any expectation. Obviously, as we progress and we raise capital, we said it's not correct. It's not right for us to just have you on work this many hours for free. So, we said, this is your new job role. If you feel this is correct for you, this is something that you want to do. This is the potential income that you're giving, and people started coming on, and that's where we started growing, and we raised the capital. We came a long way. We raised the capital, we did the IDO, we did the public sale, and now we have our first product in the market. And very soon you'll see many products coming to the market. We've made many big strategic partnerships. You can see them on our social media, and you'll see many more in the upcoming few months.
Ahmed, how did you get into cryptocurrency?
That's a good question. I have a background of investing, trading, commodities, stocks, various things, and real estate and all this stuff. And I was actually a consultant for IBM before I got into MRHB. But while I was doing that, I was making the YouTube videos, I was investing, trading, and I had very good returns. For me, it became a passionate thing. For me, I saw crypto as there's people who understand crypto as an investment, but then there's people who go deep down into it, and they find out that, the solution that crypto at large can bring for the community. Then you become passionate about it, right? So I kind of started selling my stocks and putting everything in crypto. Got out of my commodities and started putting into crypto, and then I just pretty much became I'm still diversified. You have to be diversified, but I'm also very heavily within the crypto world now. So
yeah, kind of like me, man. We have a lot of similarities. But let me ask you this before you go into crypto. Well, let me put it like this: if I met you in high school, what would I think about you?
A really ambitious kid who is into leadership and finance.
Nice. So that's what we'll be talking about: business and the leadership all day.
Yeah. You talk about with me. You'd probably talk about things like, okay, let's start a business. Let's do this. Let's do this. I mean, I was young and I started doing like small local businesses. I used to import things from China. I think I was just 17 or 16, 17, 18. And I used to import things from China, like toys, various things. And I used to sell them at events. And I just got hooked onto doing, trade and business and all that stuff. So nice.
And you're based in Canada? You were born and raised in Canada?
Born in Pakistan, and then I was very young. I was a child when we moved to Canada, and I've pretty much been raised in Canada. I'm a Canadian coffee type of guy.
Well, kind of like I was born in London, but I came here when I was 11 and just continued my life in Greece. So where would someone buy or invest in MRHB right now? You mentioned Binance on PancakeSwap.
Yeah, so we're not on Binance yet, but that's something progressing towards. But we are on PancakeSwap, and you can buy it by connecting your Trust Wallet or connecting your MetaMask, and you should be able to put our contract address in the token site, and and MRHB will come up, and you can get all these details in full details on our own personal YouTube channel and also on our social media. We've made guides, we made video guides, we made actual PDF guides. So, whatever is easier for you to understand, and those guides. And if you don't understand English in detail, you can just join any of our communities. Our social media, our community managers are very well educated in this. Pretty much, actually, it was our community managers that made our guides, because they realized that the community needed it, and they're like, we're making them because the community wants it, and so they made the guides. And now you can pretty much go on our social media, or you can go on our community, on our Telegram, or you can go on our YouTube, and you can watch on how to buy MRHB.
All right. And you can also find, I'll leave all the links down below, but you can also see the YouTube channel over here and the Twitter channel over here. But everything else, including those, are linked down below. So is there anything else you would like to add about the project? Anything you want to share with our audience here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of projects, you know, they have a product, they have a solution. And with us, we are so confident in our product and our solution that we actually tell people to read our white paper. Please, we want you to do your research, and we want you to read the white paper. And then whatever questions you have, join us on our Telegram, ask us your questions, and we are there to answer. You'll see sometimes Nakib, the founder, he's answering questions. You'll see Denise, the CTO, he's answering questions. You'll see me on there answering questions, because we are intertwined with the community. Even though we're a DeFi company, we understand that the community needs this support right now. They need to see us. They need to know that, you know, we're here for them. And so we are there, and just ask a question, and we're more than happy to answer anything. And yeah, just thanks a lot, Paul, for having me here. And thank you so much for listening.
Not so fast, not so fast. I got 3 questions for you, man. Now, 3
Okay,
questions.
okay,
I'm not
cool.
gonna let you go so fast. All right. Where do you see the market going right now? There's a lot of people now wondering where the crypto market is going. You were into finance, you were into stocks, you're probably into cycles. Where do you see it going?
Okay, so personal, this has nothing to do with the project or company, but personal, because I have my own investments. I recently actually made a TikTok and made it public about on my own personal TikTok channel that looking at the cycles, understanding how the market has been working previously in the last 2 years, plus also 2017 in the similar time zones, it seems like there's a 70% chance after January, we are going to have a comeback. We're not going to go down. And a 30% chance it goes down. If we go below 41, then it's something to be scared of. Yeah. But even if you're rallying between 50, 45, 50, 45, I'm still fine with that. And as I said, it's all about probabilities, right? That's what the whole analyticals, fundamentals, and technical analysis does, is makes you feel more confident, because you understand how much percentage do you think it's going to go up or down. So I'm at a 70% that it's going to come back up after January, because this is holiday season. Everybody sells off their investments so they can buy gifts and stuff, and they can enjoy their holiday season. And plus, everybody sells off their investment for tax season. And so that's why you see there's a slow market right now. But as soon as January, your work starts again, people start making money again. People start putting back their money into the investments, because now they don't have to worry about the tax season, right? So now, because it's New Year's, it's a new year, they can start putting back into the investments. Nice. And so there's all these things that are happening. And I think the situation with COVID is also getting slightly better. So
is that good or bad for crypto?
I think it's good. I think people are not scared in the market, right? It's a fear and fear index, right? The fear index is not that high, because people are feeling more confident with their societal situation. And so then they're like, okay, we can put money, we can save money, and we can invest it. We don't need to kind of hold the money to if any cost come up. So I am 70% on that side that's going to go up.
I think we're on the same page. I mean, I called like weeks ago 52K. We need to get above 52K. I also called the 41,000 prior swing low, but I use the 40K psychological. So you always go for those round numbers. So if it was under 40K, 30K or bear market beginning. But I do see us going up from here. But I am calling a top or a major decline or major crash in the first quarter of 2022. That's either going to be the start of bear market or look like a bear market, one of the two. I'm calling that first quarter of 2022, and then a shorter-lived bear market. We'll see how that goes. Another question: do you see Ethereum ever flipping Bitcoin?
Oh, this is a difficult one.
It is. I know, that's why I like it.
My retail side says no, but my crypto enthusiast side and crypto understanding side says yes, because look, people say Bitcoin is gold. Is that gold? Right. But the issue here is that gold has 1,001 utilities. Like it's in the laptops that we're using. So there's a natural form of demand, right? Everything is demand and supply, economics. So there's a natural form of demand in gold because there's a utility for it. People are using it, people are wearing it. The form of value comes more natural to it. There's not a real use case for Bitcoin at that level or any level, to be honest with you. But Ethereum has a huge use case, right? And for me, that's my crypto side would say yes. Yeah,
right.
It's being used. Corporations are developing on Ethereum-based networks, right? They're making solutions on that network, so they're coding on it, and so and NFTs and blah 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 blah. You know the rest. But I know that the world right now is very new to crypto.
Yeah.
So as of now, in the short run, or when I mean short run, I mean until crypto is not accepted widely, it's Bitcoin is going to be the king. But as soon as crypto is actually indulged into the ecosystem, there's uses for it, like it's part of your daily living. Ethereum, and I think there'll be a few other ones where I think they've done something that's very cool when it comes to the blockchain technology.
MRHB being one of them.
Yeah, so we're a token right now, but when we make a parachain, for sure, come develop on us.
All right, and final question, man. If there was one question you wished people asked you, but they seldom do, what is that question?
Oof. Why? Oh man, I mean, there's so many things like that.
It can be a personal, it can be about the company, it can be about cryptocurrency, it can be about what's the one question you wish, it could be from the community. What's the one question you wish people asked you, but they seldom do?
Oh man. Why I choose to live my life the way I do. And this encompasses quite a bit.
Okay.
Right? So
why do you choose to live the life the way you do, and how do you live it? Small summary.
This is okay. So even though I'm Canadian, I work remotely. I'm here currently in actually Jeddah, and I'm working from here because for my personal growth, I think it was required. I think it was better for me to come here. I live a spiritual lifestyle, and I think it's the reason why I am. You'll always see me in a very healthy mental state. Mm-hmm. I'm not really because I have this due to religion. There's this concept in me that that everything happens for the best, and it's the wish of God, right? So I'm a spiritual person who's slightly traditional because I think the current markets and the current world that we live in is kind of losing its real value. The society is losing its real value. Society is not working for society. Society is working for capitalism, and due to that, we're neglecting all of our real morals and ethics and values. And I live the other way. I don't think money can ever overdo your ethicals and your ethics, your morals, and your values. And so I choose to many times sacrifice my financial position to make sure that whatever I'm doing is correct and right, and it's right for everybody around me. Not kind of tooting my own horn, but this is because of my spiritual side, right?
Nice.
And so this is why I live the way. So I think this can carry on many discussions. Like this can roll up many discussions, and if you have a coffee and I meet you in person, I'll come. If I come to Greece, and I
think you should. I think you should come here.
I will come to Greece 100%. It's so beautiful. Nice. If I do, I'll for sure reach out to you one more time, and I'll be like, hey, we'll have a coffee, and I think you'll connect with a lot of the things that I'll be saying.
I think so too, man. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching this. Make sure you check out MRHB, which is Maraba Finance. Yes. The links are everywhere. Up there, down here. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate this. I had a great time. I learned a lot. Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you too. Subscribe down below for the next video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.